Welcome to Ask an Editor, the podcast that helps editors build a long-term career. I'm Jesse Kepke, a documentary and commercial editor for the last 15 years, and today we have a question from @Beefkeeper on Twitter. Beef asks, so you've made it your first year as a freelance editor. What next? First off, I would reflect and ask yourself, did you like it? Freelance life is a trade-off. On one hand, you're your own boss and you set your own hours and rate. On the other hand, you take on the risk of inconsistent pay and having to find work. If you didn't enjoy it, there is no shame in that. It's important to acknowledge that and decide if you want to find a staff job or keep going or not. If you did enjoy it, I would celebrate. Just like a company celebrates milestones, it's important to stop and acknowledge your wins. So do something nice for you. You made it a year as a freelancer. That is worth celebrating. After the celebration, it's time to do some work on your business. Up until now, you've been working in your business, doing the day-to-day tasks of editing. So it's time to put on your boss hat and work on your business. So step one, I would give yourself a raise. You earned it. Whether you do an hourly, day, or project rate, I would give yourself at least a 10% increase. This is really easy to do with new clients. You just tell them your new rate. If you have repeat clients, it's important to honor those relationships and give them a heads up, like 1-2 months or something like that. So you could send an email that says something like, I wanted to inform you that I will be raising my prices this year. The new rate will be X and it will go into effect on X rate. I look forward to continue working together. You definitely don't have to apologize. You don't have to ask if it's okay with them. You are running your company, you are running your business as a freelance editor, and you can go ahead and change rates whenever you want to. It's okay. But it's important to, honor those relationships and give them a heads up. Step two, I would review all of your clients and projects from the past year and look for any patterns. Who paid you the most? Did one client keep coming back or have high ticket projects? Who did you enjoy working with most? This is going to be different. Maybe one company or one person paid you a lot, but man, it was a hassle and a lot of stress. So we want to pay attention to who you enjoyed working with, who understood the process, paid you well, respected your ideas, had grace for mistakes. Those are all things that make for a good client. You can also ask, what work did you enjoy? Which projects felt like a breeze or left you feeling energized at the end of the day? It's also helpful to go through these questions and flip them and ask which clients or projects you didn't like or that left you feeling drained at the end of the day when you left your edit suite. The goal of reviewing is we want to build a wish list of people you want to stay in contact with and types of projects to do more of. So then step three is to double down on what worked for this next year. We want to take that wish list of clients from step two and set reminders to check in with them every 3 to 4 months. This should be a mix of sending your new work, but also high-fiving them for work that they've done, so you can follow them on social media or just pay attention to what they're doing and send them a quick note. Hey, I loved that video you just did. That was awesome. We want to make it mostly about them and not you just continually asking for work. No one likes to get those emails. Then you want to take that wish list of projects that you want to do more of and start looking for people who are doing those. Are there studios who are doing it or online creators or, who's the client who is making more of the thing that you want to do more of? And we want to reach out to them. You can build a specific show reel with just those projects that you've done and send those to places. Like I've done a lot of documentary stuff. So I have a page specifically dedicated on my website that's just my documentaries. And then when I find a company or producer or a director that I think would be great to work with, I can send them just that specific work. And that, saves them time from having to filter through all the different options. They just see the stuff that I've done that pertains to them. So you want to find what has worked well and then invest time in making that happen more, whether that's working with good clients again or finding new clients who do the projects you enjoy. So to recap, after your first year of freelance editing, you want to, number one, celebrate, enjoy that fact that you made it. Give yourself a raise. I recommend at least 10%. Review your clients and projects and look for any patterns. And then last, double down on what worked. The great thing is this is something you can do at the end of every year. And I would actually say whether you're freelance or your staff, It's always good to look back on the projects from the past year. What worked well? What did you learn? How can you do more of that in the future? And how can you keep growing? That reflection is how we take lessons from the past and apply them to the future, which is always powerful to do. So Beef, thank you for your question. If this episode helped you in some way, consider subscribing or leaving a comment or review. And if you have a question that needs answering, you can submit it at askaneditorpodcast.com, and hopefully we can answer it on the show. Thanks for listening and keep cutting.